Hello everybody, it's Josie here. I'm doing another two-book review today. So, continuing on with my boxing series, I have two books that have, well, the common link between these two books is that they have the same title. They're both called Shadowboxer. But that is actually where the similarity, also obviously the fact that it has boxing in it, but that's kind of where the similarity ends because the two storylines are kind of completely different. So, the first one is Shadowboxer by Tricia Sullivan, and the second one is Shadowboxer by Jessica L. Webb. So, right, which one am I going to start with? So let's start with the Jessica L. Webb one, Shadowboxer. So, this one focuses on Jordan, who is the main character in this book, and she has, so throughout the book you get into, so you get little inserts, generally like just the beginning of a chapter or a very short chapter on her past and what happened when she was a child. And she had a really tough childhood, kind of really rough, and it then sort of, you see how she came out of that childhood and how boxing was actually the thing that helped her, you know, overcome her demons, helped her become the woman she is. And she now works for social services, and she is and sort of like an outreach worker, and she works with at-risk youth. And what she's done with the money that she earned when she was boxing, when she was younger, she's actually bought this gym, and she has it as a neighborhood gym open to neighborhood kids, and you know, she works with these kids, and her business partner, you know, and they train, and the kids can come to this gym and train, and make friends, and really have it as a community space. And then they obviously also hire the space out as well. But that's kind of the main idea of it. And this is, first of all, also let me say, this is an adult book, whereas this is a YA book. So what you have in this book is that you have Jordan's backstory, her life story, you have her working with the kids, then you have one of the kids, Maddie, who is now 18, so she's independent, but she still, you know, works with the kids at the gym, and her and Jordan are friends. And then you've got Jordan's ex-girlfriend that comes back into the picture. So she comes into the picture in terms of, she works for a corporation, and this corporation has done wrong, and they're trying to clean up their image, and she's a corporate lawyer, and she comes to this gym, and she wants to shadow Maddie as like a, again, like as a kind of a, I suppose they say in the beginning as a PR stunt, but kind of as a community outreach project for this company. So you kind of got these stories that intertwine. And then you've also got a thriller element in this book. So there's like a group that are doing sort of anarchist type of movements, sending out things, doing like demonstrations. And the police are trying to work out who this group is, and what their main objective is, and, you know, what their goal is in terms of these sort of anarchist type things that they're doing. And all of these things interweave in the book, and I found it really interesting. I love Jordan as protagonist. I thought she was interesting. I like the different kind of storylines, in the sense that you kind of have these different characters, different motivations. I kind of like the thriller aspect as well, although I did kind of guess that. I don't think the main plot of this is to sort of befuddle you in terms of the thriller aspect, or the I wouldn't even call it a thriller. I'd say like a detective element of it. But yeah, I really like the kind of more introspective bits. I like the relationship, the central relationship between Jordan and her ex-girlfriend, you know, and also this idea of overcoming your demons. Again, I loved the boxing and the outreach elements of that. And I just found this a really lovely book to read. I really enjoyed it. I would give it 4 stars. Yeah, really liked it. Then, complete opposite of that, we've got Shadowboxer by Tricia Sullivan. And first of all, let me say that this book, so obviously Shadowboxer by Jessica Webb is queer, you know, female-female relationship at its heart. This one, what I love about this is that this one is wonderfully diverse. So Jade, who is the main character, who is sort of the girl featured on the cover, she's from the Dominican Republic. You have a great array of different nationalities in this book, which is really great. And it's lovely to see a protagonist who is not a white girl as well. So this focuses on Jade. She has a bit of an anger problem. So she does kind of kickboxing, boxing. She has Muay Thai. She has just a bit of an anger issue though when she gets into the ring. And she's been training at this gym. And then her trainer sends her off to Thailand to train at a retreat there. And then you've got this other bit of the story. So it's in Thailand, and you've got this man who takes children from families, and like from orphanages, sort of orphan kids, so you think orphan kids, and kind of brings him to his house. And this is so hard to describe. So it's like, it is a fantasy mixed in with this reality of Jade's life and, you know, dealing with her anger issues from what happened in her past. So dealing with grief and dealing with anger, which I really loved, and kind of the practice of martial arts. And then you also have this strange fantasy element where these kids, they go into another world, into this dark forest, and you can see a lot of metaphors and things in this. But that, I wasn't expecting that. So that kind of threw me a little bit. It was so you've got reality, fantasy, and it's this weird kind of thing. And these stories kind of come together, and you've got a thriller element as well, where Jade then gets entangled with this group, and you know, this group is really bad. The idea, there's a journalist that's kind of tracking the group, and this guy that is taking these kids from families, and you know, that bit is, I would say that's actually pretty harrowing. But then you have that kind of, I suppose, lightened down by the fact that you've got a supernatural element in there. But it's interesting. It kept me interested. It kept me hooked because I wanted to kind of know what was going on. I liked Jade's central story, and I liked her, like I said, battling with her demons, battling with her anger issues. You know, when she goes to Thailand to kind of learn discipline and all that, and through the arts, martial arts, and through, you know, developing that and kind of studying that. And I love that. I don't know how much I love the supernatural element. It was just a bit weird. I don't really know. I'm doing a really terrible job of explaining this, but it is kind of hard to discuss. I'm just trying to see if I can read the back. No, so the back only tells you about Jade and how, you know, she wants to be martial arts, and then she wants to kind of, she has this encounter with this Hollywood martial arts guy, and, you know, she wants to kind of get into that, and that's what it says. And then it says, actually covers a conspiracy in a world just built beyond our own, and a man who's stealing the souls of children to try and live forever. So I found that supernatural element, it was interesting, but it was a tiny bit bizarre, mixed in with the normal. I don't know if it would have been better if it had been two separate books or stories where, you know, you've got that supernatural element and then her story. I don't know. It was interesting. I'm talking in circles, aren't I? It's just because I can't decide. I liked it. I did, but I don't know. I don't know. There was some elements, there were a lot of elements to this I really loved. Like I said, I love the diversity. I love the kind of kick-ass girl aspect of it. I liked her character, Jade. She's flawed, she's grey, you know, morally grey at times. She's not perfect, and I love that. Like I said, the supernatural bit was interesting. I don't know. I'm not going to give it a star rating. You know, read it, see what you think for yourself. And that was my 2 Shadowboxer books. Yeah, like I said, if you've read it, let me know what you think. And anything similar, let me know. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.